Hey everybody, welcome back to Board Game Blender. I'm Z Garcia, and on today's episode we are talking about game worlds and settings and ideas that don't require humans. Who needs humans? And so this is going to be either games that have anthropomorphic animals, maybe just regular animals, robots, only aliens, who knows, but basically games that are not, that don't take humans into account for their settings. I think that's fun. It really is a great way to go to another world in many ways, to really take a break from this one and immerse yourself into a game fully fantastical, completely of its own making. So hopefully you discover at least one new game that you find interesting to you. And without further ado, let's kick off the episode. Have fun.
Nora, did you come back because you missed me?
No, I came back because I missed my hot showers and
Just admit it. You like doing this. You missed me.
Okay, I missed you and your stupid games.
Today we are going to talk about a game where the animals are the main protagonists. Nora, which game are we going to play?
Today we are gonna be rats.
Brave rats.
Yes, we are, Anna. And I actually looked into the rules, and because it's quite an easy game, I'm gonna try to explain them. So, what you do every round, every player chooses a card which they want to play, and they put it in front of them.
Yeah.
So, what we do, we turn the card around, and we're gonna look at the value of the card, because the card with the highest value wins. So in this case,
I win!
And I play the 6 and I play the 3.
I win, right?
But every card has a special ability. For example, my card says, the lowest value wins. So I win!
No!
Yay!
That's not fair!
So every card has a special ability, and you always have to listen to the special ability. Anna's card actually says that her next card she's gonna play in the next round is gonna be 2 higher, so it's gonna give her some advantage in the next round.
So I still can do that? Next round?
In the next round, but this round, Nora wins.
Okay, Nora, now that I lost this round, how am I going to win the whole game?
Well, Anna, you still have a chance, because you have to play all of your 7 cards, and in the end you win when you won more than 4 rounds. But you cannot play your card again. So you have to think a little bit, because you know which cards the other player still has on their hands.
So that 3, that mean little 3, that said the lowest value wins.
Yes.
You cannot play it again.
No, I can't. So I still have all the other cards.
Okay. That's good to know. So I won 2 rounds, Nora won 2 rounds. Let's see what's going to happen now.
Do you also feel your tooth growing?
Yeah, I feel brave.
Little rat?
Maybe you, because you're ready, but I'm brave. Okay,
Wish you would be Ratatouille, then you could actually cook.
Yeah, Remy, right?
Okay, next round. Let's see.
So we both played
the same card. We both want the prince.
And that card is the highest card, and it says you win the round unless the other player plays the musician or
Your
princess.
prince is so much prettier. This is not fair. Look at this.
How pretty it is. I love my prince.
Okay, so what now?
So
we both lost?
I think so, yeah. Okay, let's try again. We can do this. Okay, so you win. Nora played the general. So next round, her card is 2 higher. And I played spy. So next round, she has to play her card first before I play my card. So I know what she does. But Nora won. So she only has to win once now, because she already won 3 times. And then she wins the game. But she has to play her card first.
I can't win anymore. Okay, well, let's play this one then. Oh,
Okay,
wait.
show me.
I know what
I'm
you're
the
gonna
spy.
do.
There's
Now
a
she's
woman.
gonna play the 5. Okay, so I played a card which says that this round is gonna
Be a tie.
undecided, be a tie. And then Anna played a card saying that my special ability doesn't count. So now she wins this round.
So now we're 3-3. Okay, what cards do you have left? A 1 and a 4? What does the card say?
6, 4, 7, so you have 4 and 3.
Okay, I'm gonna play this card. Ha ha ha!
Oh, I forgot you had that one. Oh,
Yay, I won. Now I can bask in my...
Get it out of my face!
Did you miss me?
No, I did not miss you! I definitely did not miss you! Go away! Go back to Africa!
You missed me.
Hey there friends of the blend, we're Chris and Lindsay from Behind the Box, and firstly we want to apologise for missing the past few episodes. Our pet cats, Mittens and Spook, had us locked away in a dungeon. It was a whole thing, but that's all sorted now because once they heard that this video was about games that featured animals, they were more than happy to set us free so that we could record this.
The first game that we thought of not only features animals, but allows you to create your own species. And that game is Evolution Climate. In Evolution Climate, each player will compete to have the most successful species. As the climate changes drastically throughout the game, it's important for players to adapt their species' traits so that they can survive and thrive. Learn how to climb to avoid predators. Is it getting too cold? Try hibernating. If things start heating up, become nocturnal to avoid the sun.
Everything that happens in this game happens through card play. And that's one of our favourite things in this game because the artwork on the cards is spectacular.
Yeah.
It's some of our favourite in all of board gaming, and it really gets across what the card is meant to be doing for your species.
It's really clear, and the game itself is very thematic. It's pretty obvious, when the climate changes, what you've got to do to adapt to that. And also, if the players around the table start to become carnivores, it's clear to you, you've got to get defensive. You got to think about what you can do to avoid becoming their dinner.
Now, it might be clear what you need to do, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily easy. And oftentimes, this game of hand management and resources will result in mistakes and plans not working out. And because it's so thematic and you grow an attachment to your species, you feel really bad when you make mistakes and your population starts to dwindle and you feel like your species is suffering because of you and you're not helping them. It is a really emotionally gripping game.
So, obviously, we love Evolution Climate, but what do you think? And do you have a favorite game that features animals? Let us know in the comments below. Let's get that conversation going. And if you want to see more Behind the Box, you can always check us out over at our channel. Until next time, see you later.
Bye.
Hi everybody, my name is Stephanie.
And I'm Shelby.
I am really excited about this episode because it's all about animals and creatures.
I really love these kinds of games and we have so many that fit with the theme.
But the game that stands out the most to us right now is My Little Scythe. We just really love this game so much. It's so cute and fun and creative, and I really love that you're encouraged to help other players throughout the game.
And there are even pie fights.
So today we are making a cake that looks like the tiger from My Little Scythe.
It's so cute and we had so much fun making it.
We have so much to show you, so let's get started. Okay, here we go.
Since we're making a tiger cake, it needs to look like a tiger on the inside too.
So we've colored our cake batter black and orange, and we're spooning it into our cake pans just like this. One spoonful on top of the next.
All finished filling our pans. Now we're going to pop these into the oven to bake. We actually made 7 cakes just like these. They're ready.
Now that our baking is finished, it's time to start building our cake. Since this cake is such an odd shape, I had to make a cake stand for it, which I made out of MDF and metal rods. And then I cover everything with a special foil to make it food safe. And then I continue layering up the cake for our tiger's body.
These wires will be where the arms will go.
And then I continue layering up the cake and buttercream frosting for the head and the hat.
My favorite part, making the Rice Krispies. I melt my marshmallows and then I stir in my Rice Krispie treats. These are delicious.
Using the Rice Krispie treats, we create the legs, the arms, and the chin.
We had to make another batch of Rice Krispies because we kept eating it.
Next, I'm using my serrated knife to trim away some of the cake to form the body. I don't want to take off too much around his belly though, because this character is known for his insatiable appetite. Now that I've got the body into the right shape, I'm using cake pop filling to sculpt the face. He's all ready to be covered in buttercream frosting.
Let's bring this tiger to life. Next up is covering it in fondant.
Did you know that in this game, the tigers were the first to turn delicious apples into apple pies? That's why we picked this character. They're also excellent marksmen in pie throwing. Let's move on to the tiger's face. Here I'm putting the eyes and nose into place. I'm also giving him some teeth that I made out of fondant.
Next, he's getting his hat covered in black fondant. His hat looks like one of those Russian hats with ear flaps. Super cute.
We're getting closer to finishing, but he still needs some pants. So I'm attaching some fondant pants to his legs.
And now I get to attach the stars to his hat and pants. I'm rolling out a piece of fondant and using my cookie star cutter to cut it out.
Next up is the tail. The tail is made out of modeling chocolate. Modeling chocolate is only 2 ingredients, melted chocolate and corn syrup. When you mix the two, it makes a chocolate candy clay.
We roll it into a tail shape and attach it to the wire, and then we use our hands to smooth it.
One last thing, we cannot forget the tiger stripes. Thank you so much for watching our video.
We hope you liked it.
If you would like to see every single detail of the making of this cake, you can find that over on our own YouTube channel. Also, if you have any ideas or suggestions for us, please tell us on Twitter or Instagram.
See you next time.
Bye!
All right, so if I put this bear here, then I'll be able to, maybe I can arrange this bear like this. This bear is a frog, and then this one is going to...
Hey, honey, what are you doing?
I'm arranging my bear park, obviously. Hi everyone, my name is Chris, and this is the Teacher's Lounge. And if you're like me, you found a more fun way to arrange bears into squares, and that is through this very excellent game here called Bärenpark, which is German for something involving bears and something involving parks, probably. It's designed by Phil Walker Harding, who is possibly one of my favorite designers, and this is possibly my favorite game of his, up there with Sushi Go and Gizmos and some of the other great games he's designed. This game is all about the bears. The bears are in the park. You're building the best bear park that you can. And I love how simple and straightforward this game is. You're grabbing these Tetris-shaped pieces and you're trying to find the best places that you can arrange them onto your tile board. When you cover up various different symbols, you get to grab either green pieces, which are these little park fixtures. You get to grab white pieces, which are these bear exhibitions. If you cover up orange, then you get these unique, one-of-a-kind big tiles. And if you cover up this little this digging crew, then you get to grab a new park tile and add it to your park, so that in the future you'll be able to build over more of these different places. This is my favorite of the Tetris-shaped puzzle piece style games, like found with Blockus and Patchwork and the other Uwe Rosenberg games. I absolutely adore this one, and the cute bear art, that helps. So my teaching recommendation for this game is to have people help you set up the game. It doesn't just work for this one, it works for lots of other games, but in particular, one of my favorite parts is that these white cement truck pieces, right, when you cover up those trucks, you grab these. The top one of every stack is going to be worth 7 points in a 4-player game, different setups, right? The top one that you grab is worth 7 points. The next one of a stack is worth a descending amount, 6, 5, 4, all the way down to 1. And so what I like to do is, because the pieces are very often a jumbled mess because the box's insert is terrible, is I'll hand all these pieces to someone and say, hey, do me a favor, help me set up, arrange these in descending order, 7 down to 1, or 5 to 2 in a smaller player game, and so on. And then I hand these ones to another person. I say, hey, do the same thing, right? 7 down to 1. And what that's doing is, before I'm actually going in and teaching rules, they're helping, which is great, start the game quicker, but also they're getting an understanding of the structure of this. More points is more better. And so they have already tactilely helped in tactilely, clever Chris. Oh man, I get myself every time. They've tactilely already helped ingrained one of the important rules of the game before I've had to explain it. So I like having people do that. Hey, go through these event cards and set aside 7 purple ones and 3 green ones. Now they have an idea of how many purple versus green events are in the 10 event decks, and so on and so forth. So I like having people help set up. It starts the game quicker, but also I give them tasks to do that are going to help them have a fundamental understanding of the game a little bit better if I can, and this game does that excellently. That's my teaching recommendation. So my name is Chris from the Meeple Overboard podcast. Feel free to go check us out and enjoy the rest of your blender.
Dear Mr. Garfield, I'd like to congratulate you on your ongoing success in the gaming industry. Many people would have retired after creating such a massive success as Magic the Gathering. However, you've gone on to design further hits, such as your King trilogy, King of Tokyo, King of New York, and of course, King Domino. It's these games that I'm writing to you about. As you're no doubt aware, up until recently, my hometown of Huddersfield, England, has been criminally overlooked as a theme for board games. Places like Puerto Rico, Lisboa and Carcassonne have all got their own titles. However, the closest Huddersfield has ever reached is a brief mention on the board of the 2006 Ragnar Brothers game, Canal Mania. However, all this is changing. Due to a strong grassroots movement, there's been a significant surge in interest in games about Huddersfield. Prominent names in the industry such as Martin Wallace, Jamie Stegmaier and Matt Leacock are all working on games set in the town. And Stephen Bonacore from Stronghold Games is very excited about a re-theme of terraforming Mars to terraforming Huddersfield. And I quote,
I can't imagine that every gamer would not want to terraform Huddersfield. I'm on it.
Now, I'm sure this may have already occurred to you, so I apologise if I'm teaching my grandfather to slap knees, but how about a King of Huddersfield game? Now I know what you're thinking, sure, that would obviously be a massive commercial success. However, Huddersfield is primarily known for its cloth manufacturing industry, and also for being the birthplace of Zoe Looker, who played Tanya Turner in the 2002 ITV television drama Footballers' Wives. It's not known for huge monsters that battle each other. And yes, all that's true. However, I think with a bit of perseverance, we can definitely find some monstrous antagonists for a King of Huddersfield game. For example, while we don't have any giant apes or cyber bunnies rampaging through the town, we do have quite a nasty feral chicken problem. Additionally, the horse in the field just off Wellgate Lane is notorious for assaulting passers-by and attempting to eat their clothing. Only last week it took quite a sizable chunk out of the hem of my cardigan.
You swine! Get off! Get off!
I was lucky. I was only a few inches lower down and it would have taken my zipper off. In any case, I'm sure we'll be able to sort out the finer details during the development process. I think you'll agree there's a lot of potential here and we may well have the next big hit on our hands. I look forward to hearing from you. Dan Hughes, Noble Order of Huddersfield Board Games.
Welcome to Bickering over Board Games, where we talk about topics, trends, and things in board gaming and how we feel about them.
The theme for the Blender this week is Who Needs Humans? Games that use animals or other creatures as the main protagonist. And right away, I knew that the game that I wanted to talk
It was
about...
the game I wanted to talk about too.
We knew that the game that we wanted to talk about is...
Right here, Root.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, Root. So it's by Letter Games, and it's designed by Cole... Okay, help me with this. Whirly. Cole Whirly, who has also designed games such as PAX Premiere and An Infamous Traffic. So Kyle Farron, who's the artist...
I love the art.
Well, of course, because he's the same person that did the art for another Letter Games. I'm right about that, right? Yep. Vast, which we've reviewed, and we like quite a bit.
I like it. I like the art. Reminds me of the Paper Bag Princess.
How about the game?
I like the game.
It's a great game. But today we are talking about Root because no other game better exemplifies the theme of Who Needs Humans, because it's a war game where you play as animals.
I love animals.
And like, I mean, you can't...
A slice of bread from this side.
Well, you can't beat these screen-printed...
They're really cute.
Animal meeples.
They're adorable.
And this game is the #1 game on the hotness on BGG right now.
Oh.
It has an average rating of 8.6.
But you know what? The thing, though, is that we have no idea. I mean, you have an idea.
We haven't played it
But we
yet.
haven't played it yet.
We've had it for a little while.
It's been a busy summer.
We kickstarted it, and it, as Kickstarters tend to do, they sort of show up when they feel like showing up.
Yeah,
and this isn't
the best time for us.
I mean, this is
wasn't
nothing.
the best time for us.
I don't know if it was late or on time or early. It could have been any of the three. It doesn't really matter. The point is that it just, it sort of shows up on your doorstep one day. But it got us thinking that the thing that we wanted to talk about this week, which I know is a trend for a few of you out there, is games that you own that you've never played.
And boy, oh boy, do we have a few. And they all
We have more than I thought we were going to.
Okay, so this one I thought of when we started talking about, and it's Dogs of War. We've had this for probably like 3 years now. But I think that one of the reasons why we don't play it, and maybe now that we have Mike in our lives we can, is because it's a 3-player game. And for a while it was really hard to get 3+ players.
It's a 3-player plus game that's also kind of hard. So it's not like we can just we couldn't play it with your parents.
No.
Whereas this, on the other hand,
I've never
bought
seen this
because I thought we could play this with your parents.
Oh, well then we need to take it to Boise.
And this is actually the second version of it that we've owned and never played. We briefly owned the space version, but I traded that out because I didn't like the theme. I went with the classic.
And this game he brought into our lives not that long ago.
Because it was really cheap on Miniature Market.
Yeah.
It was like a clearance deal.
This breaks my heart we've never played it. But once again, we can't play it 2-player.
Well, so actually I think we can play it 2-player.
Oh, we can? Yeah, 2 to 5.
But the thing is, it's a long game, it's a heavy game, it's better with more players, it's an all V1 game. And I bought this the day I heard the news that Games Workshop and Fantasy Flight...
He called me when I was riding in the fire engine, and he called me.
There's no reason we should play this game.
I want to play this game.
Why?
I do.
We want to play these games. We want to play them.
I want to play this game. But I think and we've talked about this before, is that you want to play every new game. You could play a new game every night of the week and be happy, where I would rather have time with the same game to really get into it and figure it out.
What's the top of the list game that you want to play?
Root.
Second in the list.
Fury of Dracula.
Is that because it's just on the top?
No.
I think that's my exact list. That's my list.
Okay.
All right, so Root first and then Fury of Dracula?
Yeah. Let's invite Mike over.
Okay.
Okay.
Mike, we like you for other reasons.
Cheers.
For today's game under the radar, I'm taking a look at Histrio here, a game in a world filled with animals, anthropomorphic animals, and set in a theatrical setting in which you are going to gather a troupe of actors. You are going to attempt to entertain the king. And you are going to be doing this by deploying your characters and playing cards to different locations in this kingdom. There's a theater here, a 3D theater, which shows you the tracking up here of how much the king wants a tragedy or a comedy, as well as this board right here that you can switch from tragedy and flip it around to comedy. Just a visual cue for what's going on in the game. Other than that, the main idea is this board here, in which you are going to be playing cards underneath, and then all the players simultaneously pick where they want to go. Now, right there is one of the things I usually don't like in games. I don't like simultaneous selection games. You pick a card, you play it, flip it over, and then, Johnny over there went somewhere no one else went. Great, they get something. You and I went to the same place, we walk away with nothing. There's a lot of games that do that, and it just does not seem fun. This game fixes that for me very simply and cleverly, and I do like it in this game. If we go to the same location, no, we don't get the cards that are there, but we get a special card from a different deck that's going to give us a different and unique power, something else to think about. And I like that very much. I knew what I wanted, and yes, I didn't get it, but I don't walk away empty-handed. And so that's a general idea. The game comes with a ton of plastic pieces, beautiful ships in this fantastical setting. Comes with plastic coins, a whole bag of them that are also, again, clinky and nice. And, of course, a deck of cards. Gorgeous cards. The artwork in this game is phenomenal. So it's one that I really enjoy, and I find myself never seeing on anyone's table. I'm hardly ever able to bring it to the table myself, to be honest. And I'm not sure why the game did not get as much love. I got a couple of suspicions as to why it didn't get a lot of love. One of them being the game is considerably overproduced, i.e. it cost a lot of money, but it's really just a small card game. You know, that's sort of how it feels. There's coins, there's the characters, you know, with the little ships and the little ambassadors. These are like, you know, regal roosters here. So you've got these, but the main idea is a deck of cards in some locations. Like, this is the game. This is thoroughly superfluous, but this added to the cost. So maybe that's it. You know, maybe it could have been something a little smaller. Other than that, maybe people are worried that it's a simultaneous selection card game. Maybe they've, been burnt by that before. I think it's a very solidly put together game with a charming world. It's taking, yes, the whole animals as people thing, but it's adding it to this theatrical setting that I find just pleasant and vibrant and interesting, you know. So I really like this one. Histrio is one I would certainly recommend. I think, in fact, that the backlash to it being sort of, a little less than... it didn't quite do well, it didn't catch on. I think the fact that happened has actually left the game sometimes on sale in different places, so you might be able to get one on sale somewhere, and if you do see it, come across your screen for less than the original price, I would certainly recommend you pick up a copy, because I think it's worth it. I think it's a good, fun, clever game. So there you go, Histrio. That's my pick for Under the Radar. Definitely try to get your hands on this one, folks. I think you're going to enjoy it. Put on a play and have some fun. I'm out.
Excuse me, I'm having a little bit of chest pains. Hello, friends of the blend, and welcome back to Retro Board Game Corner. Today we're talking about creatures that are the main protagonists. Well, I have a little hint for you. And the tagline goes like this: in space, no one can hear you scream. You got it yet? Well, it's Alien the Game, published in 1979 by Kenner. This is a 2 to 4 player game in which you're racing around the ship trying to get to the escape pod first. Let me set this up and show you how it works. This is what the game board will look like set up. First, every player is going to pick a color and put it at their own home color base. And then take the same color alien and just put it right behind here on the corner where this air shaft is at. On every single one of your turns, you will roll 2 dice, a red dice and a white dice. The red dice will move your color alien, and the white dice will move one of your astronauts. So you go ahead and roll the dice, and you have to take the whole amount of whatever you rolled. So you're coming out your chute here on your color arrow, and you're going to move 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you have to move in a clockwise direction. The alien enters in the air shaft and can move in any direction or to another air shaft if he wishes to. As you're making your way around the board in a clockwise direction, there's 2 spaces here on the board. There's a safe space. When you land on that space, another player's alien cannot eliminate you. If you land on astronaut's choice, you have two choices. You can either move an opposing player's alien, whatever number that you rolled, away from you, or you can go ahead and take a whole nother turn by rolling both dice, and again, on the red dice, moving your alien, and on a white dice, moving your astronaut. There's two ways to eliminate another player. If the player ends his turn on a alien controlled by an opposing player, that pawn is out of the game. Or if an alien lands on another player by exact count, again, that pawn is eliminated from the game. Now, you will be moving in a clockwise direction, and you're going to come here from the outer circle until you reach your arrow here, and then you'll come into the inner circle, and again, you will come clockwise again until you reach your own color arrow to escape in the escape pod. You do not have to get there by exact count. The first person to get one of their pawns into the escape pod will win the game. This is your classic roll and move in which you're trying to see who can get out the fastest. But can you believe that they marketed this game to 7-year-olds? I mean, in today's day and age, we have cutesy little animals and colorful unicorns to play with. But back in 1979, this is what kids had to play with. Well, that's all the time I have for now. If you have a comment, comment below, or you can tweet them to me at RetroBoardGamer. And as always, may your rolls be high. Why?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Rafa.
I'm Callie. And I am Luna.
And we're the Board Game Buddies. And today we got for you Rhino Hero Super Battle! So Rhino Hero Super Battle is a dexterity game where you will be stacking walls, making floors, and battling it out.
So in this game, we're going to be stacking cards to make a building, and as we make the building, our characters, the heroes, will be climbing the building. But if two characters go on the same level, they're going to have a super battle. During a super battle, one character will be the attacker, and one character will be the defender, and then they'll roll, and whoever gets the highest number wins.
Right.
You would have won that one.
I got it.
The floor will tell you exactly what it needs to be built. So this one would be a long wall, and then you'll place a monkey. If you're trying to build this floor, it has to have a long wall, a short wall, and then you'll place a monkey, and so on and so forth. So let's start the game. Who's the best climber in here? Okay.
I always climb everything.
Nice.
All right, and then she'll put the floor.
Really the ceiling.
Tomato, tomato.
Tomato, tomato.
Okay.
So
Whoa.
I get to move up.
Let's have a battle.
I'm the attacker.
Alright. Hey, I'm the best climber here.
I don't think so.
Whoa. So I'll go down a level. Ooh.
Now I'm at the top, so I get the
ever coveted
highest climber token.
Oh, okay. Luna's turn.
So I'll skip you.
Hey.
Thank you. Hey.
We're going off camera. I'm going tall, tall monkey. 2 tall walls, please.
All right.
Jumpy, jumpy.
You're seriously doing that? Why?
Why not?
Do you want me to win? Oh my gosh. Okay.
So yeah, guys, that's it for this week. A real simple game, but lots of fun. Highly recommended. So until next time, see you, buddies.
And that's going to do it for us on this episode. Everybody, thanks very much for tuning in. A big thanks to my contributors, of course, as always, for putting out their interesting and fun segments. And we hope to see you again in a couple of weeks for our follow-up episode. As always, a big thanks again for checking this out. And hey, don't forget, stay a friend of the blend. I'll see you next time.